In this video, we'll go over the 2025 AP Computer Science A FRQ 2. This question involves the SignedText class, which contains methods that are used to include a signature as part of a string of text. You will write the complete SignedText class, which contains a constructor and two methods. The SignedText constructor takes two string parameters. The first parameter is a first name, and the second parameter is a last name. The length of the second parameter is always greater than or equal to 1. The getSignature method takes no parameters and returns a formatted signature string constructed from the first and last names according to the following rules. If the first name is an empty string, the returned signature string contains just the last name. If the first name is not an empty string, the returned signature string is the first letter of the first name, a dash, and the last name, in that order. The addSignature method returns a possibly revised copy of its string parameter. The parameter will contain at most one occurrence at the object's signature, at either the beginning or the end of the parameter. Return string is created from the parameter according to the following rules. If the object signature does not occur in the string parameter of the method, the return string is the value of the parameter with the signature added to the end. If the object signature occurs at the end of the string parameter, the return string is the unchanged value of the parameter. If the object signature occurs at the beginning of the string parameter, the return string is the value of the original parameter with the signature removed from the beginning and appended to the end of the parameter. Don't worry if you didn't understand some parts of that. Now we'll get to the code. I've already written out the public class SignedText. Hopefully you got at least that far when you took the exam. First, let's set up our members. So, private string fname and private string lname. Next, we'll make our constructor. So, public SignedText takes in the parameters of string fn and string ln. Inside, we do fname equals fn and lname equals ln. Next, we'll do the getSignature method. Public string getSignature. If the first name is empty, so if fname dot equals the empty string, then just return the last name. So return lname. Otherwise, return the first letter of the first name followed by a dash followed by the last name. So return fname dot substring of 0 and 1 plus a string dash plus last name. Last, we'll do the addSignature method. So, public string addSignature that takes in a string param that I simply called param. I didn't want to call getSignature a bunch, so I start off with doing string sig equals getSignature. First, if the signature occurs nowhere in the parameter, then we simply append the signature onto the end of the parameter. So, if param dot index of sig equals -1, then return param plus sig. Next, if the signature occurs at the end of the parameter, then just return the parameter. So, if param dot index of sig does not equal 0, then return param. Finally, if the signature occurs at the start of the parameter, then we want to move it from the front to the back. So, if param dot index of sig equals 0, then string temp equals param dot substring of sig dot length. So this temporary string represents the parameter without the signature part. Finally, we return temp plus the signature part, so return temp plus sig. Like and subscribe to learn more.